All right, guys, welcome to another video here. We're talking about Commission Expo, and this is the event that's happening in Orlando, Florida, April 19th to the 21st. And right now, we're going to talk to one of the commission masters that's going to be speaking at the event. His name is Brett Rutecky. What's up, Brett?
Hey, what's up, Omar? Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of the Commission Expo. You know, we decided to put together this video series so that people could know, first of all, get to meet some of the speakers in case they don't know you already, but get to know a little bit more about you, what your accomplishments are, and what they're going to learn from you on stage. Now, you're going to be speaking about actually creating a long-term business. You're speaking on day 3, which is the day that we're focusing on monetization and scaling. And I know for a fact that you've got a very big, very powerful blog, and you've created a business that rakes in a lot of commissions for you while you're off doing other stuff in your real life, because I understand you have a real estate business. Mm-hmm. So I know that that's something that interests people quite a bit, because that's almost like literally the dream, right? People want to use the internet to generate money to then pursue passion projects and things like that. So I knew right away that the monetizing and scaling day was going to be a great day to have you on board. So I want to thank you for that. And I'm going to start by asking you, what's been your biggest accomplishment? I mean, aside from meeting me, what's been your biggest accomplishment? I'm just teasing. Your biggest accomplishment online?
So I think my biggest accomplishment would probably be the thing that you just mentioned, the fact that I have a large group of people that follow me, that trust me, that respect me. I think that's probably my biggest accomplishment, that having earned the trust and respect of people in this industry.
Being able to assemble a tribe, a following. You have a very big Facebook group too. It's like 10,000 or 12,000 followers, right?
Yeah, I think we're like 12,500. Yeah.
That's awesome. So that's great, because when you establish that, it means that you have influence, you have a tribe, you have a following, and it enables you to almost like print money, right? Because people trust what you say, and you can recommend products, and that helps you make commissions.
Yeah, I think that's part of the accomplishment too. The effect that you said I can print money because I have this tribe and this following, but I also do it in a moral way, and that's an accomplishment as well. I think trying to stay moral and not abuse that trust as well from people.
Very true. Okay, so let's cut to the chase. Tell me about your talk at the Commission Expo. What exactly are you going to be talking to us about? Why should I be sitting in the front row taking notes during your presentation?
Well, especially if you're just getting new, I think if you're just beginning, if you're a little, maybe a little established, but not at the 6 or 7 figure mark yet, I think that my talk is really going to pertain to people, because what I'm going to teach people is a way that I make money online, passive money. I shouldn't say it's fully passive. It's initially, I might have to work for an hour or 2 or 3, and then it's passive after that. And let's be honest, you got to do a little something, right? But I would rather work 3 hours a day than rather work 8 hours a day. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've got a method that creates residual money. So you choose to continue putting in some work, and each time that you put in that work, there's residual money that's created from it.
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of what I'm going to teach people, is that you work, and that's the power of online marketing, and even in business in general, is that you work once and you get paid over and over and over again. So when you go to a job, you work 8 hours, you get paid 8 hours. You don't go to work tomorrow, you don't get paid tomorrow.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. That's what allows you to multiply your income, because you're not selling your hours anymore. You're building up an asset that makes you ongoing income. And that's what I'm going to teach people. I'm going to teach people something that everybody can do. There won't be, I don't know who's going to be in the audience, but I 100% guarantee every single person in the audience can choose to do what I'm going to teach them. It 100% works. It requires no technical knowledge, and it only requires a little bit of upfront time investment that can get you long-term income.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's appealing right there, because a lot of people that tend to the internet to start making money, and a lot of people that are going to be attending the Commission Expo, I think are in a position where it's like, okay, what next? How do I get capital? How do I get money coming in? And many of us, when we started, we weren't in the position that we had a bunch of money in the bank to throw down for ads and courses and stuff.
Oh, I got 3 kids and an ex-wife. When I got started, I didn't have any money. What I mean, I had no money at all when I got started. I mean, I was using free autoresponders. Like, you'd create an account and they'd give you an account for like 2 weeks for free, and I would swap from one to the next because I couldn't pay for an autoresponder. You know?
Yeah, I used one of those accounts once, and when you send an email with it puts ads in the email like for other products.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally had no money, and that's what I'm going to. You don't need money to do what I'm going to teach people. You do need to invest maybe a little bit of initial time, but we all got time. We all got maybe an hour or two that we can spend a day, and especially if we're going to get long-term income from it, it's well worth it.
Now, just out of curiosity, I think it's awesome that you're going to teach that, because obviously that was the inception of your own business. You started from scratch. You're going to teach people a method that they can start right then and there on that day after they hear your talk. They're going to be able to start doing this and start generating residual commissions as a result. Now, however, I do know now that you launch software products, you launch plugins and things like that. So you are a programmer. So is what you're teaching at all related to software? Or is that something you just like, were you already a software developer before you started online marketing, or how did that happen?
Yeah, no, I was actually a software developer before I became an online marketer. That's actually what I used to do for a living. I used to be a software engineer.
Gotcha.
So I started launching software just because I knew how to do that. It's like, why not? I know how to write software. I don't have to hire a developer.
Okay. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. But then when you started, though, you started with a method that didn't require programming. So you're not gonna be up there teaching us like HTML code.
No, I'm not going to be writing out like Haverstein formulas and stuff like that and talking about Unix servers. I promise you that. If I do, you can go and throw a banana peel at me or something. It'll be all right. You'll be like, get out.
Awesome, man. Okay, so that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to learning this method. And let me ask you this: what do you plan to get out of the event? I mean, I know that we all want something out of the endeavor, and I'm kind of curious as to what you want to come away from the event with.
A lot of us, we work online, we work with other people, and this is a very social business that we're in. Whether you're an affiliate, whether you're a product vendor, no matter what you're doing in this industry, it's a very social business. Nobody can do it alone. We all have to, formulate a little bit of relationships, right? I mean, I think we can all agree on that. And you cannot get the kind of relationship that you can get online, that you can get in person. I mean, like, absolutely nothing beats sitting with somebody and having a drink with them in the bar and telling a joke. Nothing beats that. I've talked to people just sitting and having a drink that ended up being relationships that made me $100,000. You walk up to somebody, on the internet, or you go up to them on Facebook and say, hey, I'd like to do this with you, or I'd like to do that, or I'd like to check out this product, or I'd like to, whatever, anything, any type of try to start a relationship. It's very intrusive. But when you're at an event, you're all sitting together, you're all at a bar, you're all laughing, and then when you message them later and you say, hey, I'd like to ask you for a favor, or I'd like to ask you if I could check out your product, or this or that, they say, I remember you. You were the guy that we had a beer with, or you're the guy that we were hanging out at the pool with.
All right.
You cannot ever replace that online. So what I hope to do is strengthen my bonds with the people that I know, and also to form new bonds with people that I don't know.
That is excellent. That is such a great answer. And I think that every one of the people that I've talked to so far, every one of the speakers, one way or another, has mentioned that somehow an event that they went to created a relationship that was kind of like a springboard, and that's how it was for me at my first event as well. I met people that I went on to make hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars with later on in the future. At my first event, I met Mike Filsame, and we went on to make seven figures together when we entered into a partnership. So that is very, very powerful stuff. So before we end this, let me ask you, what piece of advice could you give someone that's considering attending the event, or maybe that just got their ticket? What's one piece of advice that you could give one of the event goers?
Well, first of all, make sure you actually come. Okay, that's the important thing. It's not going to do you any good if you don't actually come. If you're considering coming, if you're considering like, oh, is it going to be worth it? Because I did that initially. When I first got started, there were some events in like Raleigh and stuff, and I was thinking about if I should go. I don't know. It's going to cost me some money. Do I really want to do it? Is it the best use of my money? If you're thinking of it, I can tell you 100%. I'm a blunt person. It is worth it. Okay. So first of all, make sure you come. Once you get there, just be friendly to people. Like, don't walk up to somebody and say, hi, I want to do business with you.
Very
walk
true.
Up to them and say, hi, I'm Joe. We're all going to go get a beer. Would you like to come? Right?
Very true. Very true. I'm so glad that you bring that up because you just reminded me of a couple of awkward situations that I've been in at events. I remember once, this was in the this wasn't at an event. It was it was on the marketers cruise, and Melinda and I and a couple of people, we were in a pool. and we're in about waist deep water. And we're just talking. We're in the middle of this ginormous pool at one of the stops of the cruise. And this guy comes out, really nice guy, wanted me, and I don't remember who was standing next to me, wanted us to both see his product. So he comes out to the middle of the pool and he's carrying a book and a CD for each of us while we're in the pool, and I was like, man, I get it. You're trying to share, but it might not have been what am I going to do with this thing now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. A better way would have been to go hang out with you in the pool, have a drink, have some laughs, wait till the event is over, or even later, and say, "Hey, Omar, would you check this out for me?" And then he's not just a stranger coming to you; he's the guy you had some laughs with.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's the whole idea of networking is kind of breaking the digital divide and getting to know the individual first, and then seeing how you can work together if there's a good fit. So thank you very much, Brett. I look forward to seeing your presentation. I appreciate you being part of the Commission Expo. And guys, remember, Commission Expo is taking place in Orlando, Florida, April 19th through the 21st. Registration is on the 18th, so make sure you fly in the day before on the 18th, and we can't wait to see you. There's going to be open bar, by the way, Brett, during registration. So things are going to get crazy.
I love open bars.
All right, guys. We hope to see you in Orlando, April 18th through the 21st for Commission Expo. Take care.